Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. And I do have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a different manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I wanted to give you guys a little pep talk, and this more specifically applies to those of you who are manifesting your SP and might be feeling that for one reason or other, your SP is an exception to the law, an exception to manifestation. So I wanted to make this video today to remind you that your SP, like anyone else and anything else in your reality, is no exception to the law, is no exception to manifesting. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I just said in my intro, I hear from a lot of people, especially those of you who come for coaching, that you feel on some level, in some way or other, that your SP might be the exception to the law. A lot of you tell me that you're able to manifest a lot of things: money, career success, a lot of good luck, a lot of good friends, perhaps your ideal body, other possessions. It can be anything. But when it comes to your SP, you feel that you are powerless. When it comes to your SP, you feel that somehow they must be an exception to the law. And the reason why I wanted to make this video today was to remind you guys that there is no such thing as an exception to the law. And there is no such thing as you being one with some things in the universe, some people in the universe, but not one with everyone else or everything else. The law does not work in this way. Obviously, it is a universal law. Universal means that it applies to everyone and everything. The law doesn't only work some of the time for some people, but not other times with other people. It doesn't work like that. The main reason, probably the most dominant reason why you might not be seeing movement with your SP, or you might feel like you're struggling to manifest your SP, whatever the situation might be for each one of you, is because of the resistance you have towards that manifestation and because of the possibly huge importance that it has for you. And this is not to say that you shouldn't feel that this manifestation is important. It's not to say that you shouldn't want your SP. It's not to say that you shouldn't love them, you shouldn't have feelings for them, you shouldn't want the relationship with them, the marriage with them, or whatever each one of you is manifesting. But it's to say that it has acquired such big dimensions in your mind. You have come to believe that it's so difficult. You have come to believe that there are so many circumstances. It's so hard. It's so impossible. And it is that which gives it that excess importance. I mean, think about it for a moment. When you're manifesting the small things like free coffee, or let's say your favorite parking spot always being open for you, or getting ahead of the schedule on your favorite hair salon where maybe they got a cancellation and it just so happened to be for the day and time that you wanted. All those little smaller things are definitely fun to manifest. They boost your confidence for sure. They are great things to happen to you, but at the end of the day, the reason why they manifest so easily for most people is because you're not giving them much importance. At the end of the day, if you don't get the free coffee, it doesn't make any difference in your life. It doesn't matter for you. If you don't see your favorite parking spot open, yes, you're not going to be thrilled about it, but you're also not going to think it's the end of the world. If you don't get your preferred appointment slot at your favorite hair salon, yes, you're not going to be super happy about it, But at the same time, you're not going to think anything much about it. It's not going to ruin your day. It's not going to ruin your mood. It's not going to make you desperate. It's not going to make you sad. The reason why your SP feels like they're an exception to the law, and it feels like that manifestation might be taking a long time, or it's a big struggle, or it's very difficult, or even impossible, is because in your mind, you want it so much, and you're giving it such great importance, and you're associating it with your happiness so much, that the idea of not having it gives you tremendous resistance. Unlike those very small manifestations that I just mentioned, like the free coffee, the parking spot, the appointment slot, and so on. So it's not that your SP is an exception to the law. It's not that your SP is harder to manifest than anything else or anyone else. It's because you've given it excess importance and you're having excess resistance over that manifestation. And this is what's possibly stalling things or making you feel like you're struggling. So what is the remedy to that? The remedy is to pretty much take that manifestation off the pedestal, the same way you have other manifestations off the pedestal, like the ones I just mentioned. It's not to say, once again, that you don't want your SP, that you don't love them, that you don't think about them, that you don't have feelings for them. None of that. But it's about viewing that manifestation as something that is fairly easy, something that you have in the bag, something that you can take for granted even. Of course you can have your SP because you can have anything you want. You can have anyone you want, so why wouldn't you have your SP? Of course manifesting your SP is easy because you are a master manifestor anyway. So anything you want manifests, and it manifests very easily, very effortlessly, very fast, and so on. So all it is, you guys, is a change in mindset and a change in perspective when it comes to your SP manifestation. There is no such thing as an exception to the law, and believe me, your SP is no exception to the law either. This is why you see a lot of the time when people give up on manifesting their SP, and this is when the SP comes in. It's not because they gave up, it's because they dropped the excess importance and the excess resistance that they were holding towards that story. And so now the path is open and the story unfolds and things manifest very easily. And again, this is not to say drop your SP, not want them, let them go, give up, and so on. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you need to start developing a mindset when it comes to your SP, and that is very, very closely tied to your self-concept, by the way, of this is easy. Yes, I have them. Why wouldn't I have them? Yes, they're going to manifest. Why wouldn't they manifest? Yes, having them is no big deal. Yes, manifesting what I want, including my SP, and everything I want from my SP is a piece of cake for me. It's a matter of believing more in yourself, believing more in your manifesting power, and at the same time, changing your perception of the situation and taking it off the pedestal, meaning stop seeing it as something unattainable. Stop seeing it as something that is super hard. Stop seeing it as a struggle, and for sure, stop seeing it as an exception, as a possible exception to the law and to manifesting. It's just your resistance, and it's just the excess importance that you have placed on this manifestation. It's how much you have associated it with your happiness, perhaps, that is making it feel like a struggle, and this is probably why you're not seeing movement if you are in that position. So the message of today's video is no exceptions to the law. Your SP is absolutely not an exception. And to confirm that to yourself, to prove that to yourself, you need to start taking that manifestation off the pedestal, and you need to start changing your mindset and your perspective on how you view the situation, what you believe about the situation, what you're expecting out of the situation, and how difficult or easy you're labeling it as. You want to label it as easy. It's in your best interest to start looking at it as something easy, something attainable, something completely doable, and something that is no exception to the law, no exception to manifesting, no exception to your inner creative power at the end of the day. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.